Welcome. We'll talk about Citrix and terminal servers. I have found some new stuff about published applications, and I will show them how to connect to these published applications, but with a Citrix client you can't do that. First I have to say that this presentation will be up later on this web page. Also, the programs you have on your CD is like old, it's like very, very old, like 3 months old or something. So there are new stuff there as well. And I think the tools are there already. And about questions, if something is really not clear, okay, you can ask for it, but otherwise it's better for you to come up to see me or one of my friends who have all these t-shirts. Yeah, Richard is sitting there, you can wave. Give Richard a hand, no? So you don't have to take notes, really. I will also make D'Artagnan to put a link on this page from my part on the defcon.org. So we will talk about what is terminal servers, terminal services, well, one slide or something, and then how to abuse terminal services, and scanning for non-public published applications, like there are published applications that are public that you could reach, can reach, and there are several servers out there that has published applications, but you can't just see them or connect to them. I will make a demonstration of this machine. This is freshly installed Citrix server with some published applications. It has 2 network interfaces. With one network interface is a master browser. It's called Citrix master browser, and I can't reach it from this computer. I will show you how it can be done. And then I will show statistics from a very large scan. It was scanned for some millions of IP addresses. I will not tell you how many servers I've found, but I will tell you about the statistics about them. So, what is terminal services? Well, it's like a remote multi-user desktop. It's more or less like X, it's not that fancy for us Unix freaks, but for Windows it's really weird that you like starts an application on one server, it runs over at the server, and only the changes on the window is going over the network to you, to the client. Okay, so it's like sitting locally on a PC, but over a network. So everything, you have just a client to connect to the server, and everything is run on the server. So you have to remember that. And Citrix has a feature called published application. And this means well, we'll come very much into that, but it is like you can execute a program like Word or something. And you can say to a server, what applications do you have that I can run? And it says like Word. Okay, well, let's try it. So it's a little bit weird. So everything works fine, and it's really beautiful, this terminal services, because you no longer have to download lots of data and programs over your modem line, because the only things it's good is changes on the desktop, and it's very fast and very, very nice. I really like it, but there are some weird things that you really have to know setting this up. There are several people running different desktops on the Citrix server, okay? And that means like the Citrix server starts up lots of desktops and then sends the changes of each desktop to the right client, okay? If you own the Citrix server, you have like access to all these desktops, of course. So that's a little bit weird. So elevation of rights, and this is done on Windows 2000. So I usually use PipeApp Admin or PipeApp SAM. There are some different tools for elevation of rights on MT. You also, when you're starting up your application, your published application like Notepad or something, it's just Notepad, nothing there. Or is it? Well, the desktop is there, but it's just hidden. You can start it up and everything. The problem is like breaking out from the given environment that you have. And one more really fun thing about, or weird thing about Citrix is like that you can say like these published applications are anonymous. Okay, this means like you're sitting on the internet, a Citrix server has published application that you can connect to anonymously and execute this published application. You break out from that environment and upload your cool new elevation of rights stuff to it, elevate your rights, and you have the whole server with lots of users and bosses and so on to it, reading their mail and so on. So it's quite fun. So how do you find these published applications? I think the fastest way to find like published application is to port scan for the TCP port 1494. It's like the Citrix. You always need that port. If you don't have that port, you can't connect. So it's very easy to just scan for it. But it's even easier to just search for like published applications that companies are publishing for you, like demos and so on. And it's weird how many services out there just want you to like take over their network. and they use, if you find a port 1494, you can use a Citrix client to enumerate the published application. You start up the Citrix network client or something, what's it called, Citrix client, and make a new connection. So it's like, I want to connect to this Citrix server, and what kind of published application does it have? And it says like, yeah, these, and cool. You can start checking. Here's a network dump from a normal Citrix client published application enumeration session, okay? It's like the Citrix client is asking the server, like, what kind of published applications do you have? But the client do this in this way. I don't see if you see the cursor here, but here's the client asking the Citrix server. It's a UDP question on port 1604. So the Citrix client sends a first package asking where is the master browser, and response will be like the master browser is C1 OB OC OD C1 OB OC OD. It's like twice. It's not, I'm lying a little bit, but more or less. And then But this C1OBCOD is an IP address. So if you just make from hex to digits, so then the client will ask, of course, the server, okay, I hope you are the master browser, give me your published applications. And the server will enumerate all the published applications for you. But this is some problems. What happens if the master browser is not public? The client asks first, like, where is the master browser? And it says, like, it's on the 10 network, like our internal network, it's firewalled and everything. And the Citrix server, the Citrix client, will try to connect to this 10 address, this private address, but will fail. So I have written a small tool that just asks the Citrix server directly, give me your published applications. Because otherwise, if you use the Citrix client connecting to a Citrix server and asks the server for published applications, of course the client asks, where is the master browser? And the server answers like it's 10.11.12.13. So the client tries to connect to it, and of course, no connection. The little Perl script I've written, it only works in Unix because we're using alarm functions. It's using blocking sockets. I only send, like, give me all your published applications, and it works perfectly. You know, it's beautiful. So it sends back one or more package of published applications. Very cool. I will show you later. But connecting to these published applications, okay, you have a list now. Okay, here's the published applications, but how should you connect to it? Because like the Citrix client is not open source, what I know, and there are really weird stuff you have to do to connect. It's not hard stuff, but it's weird stuff. Because the Citrix client, you have to spoof the answers from the Citrix server twice. There's the master browser spoof, and the application server spoof. I will show you. It's not that hard. And I have written two programs that can connect directly to the published applications on when the master browser is not public. I will just show you how the connection to a published application goes. First, the client asks, "Give me where is the master browser?" And the server will tell it, yeah, it's this non-public IP address, so I have to spoof that one. And then the client will ask, like, okay, I want to connect to this published application. And the server will ask, yeah, you are welcome to do that on a non-public IP address. So the connection will fail. But if you change all the red stuff here to the public Citrix server IP address, you will get that connection. Understand? The master browser is just trying to trick you. The server the Citrix server has these also applications. You have no need to connect to this internal IP address. It's usually like they're having a firewall or something, or or network. So I also written a script that will take the output from Citrix PSCAN, that program that enumerate all the applications, and step through it and try to connect to all the applications. And after each connect, it will ask you how it went, like how did it went, and it will log these results. And I've checked like thousands of published applications, so it's really a fast way to do it. It takes just a few seconds on every published applications. So the Citrix PSCAN takes input an IP address, a minus for standard input, or a file, or the keyword random. Then it reads from /dev/u random to get the IP addresses, and it just sounds like get me the published applications, and the server will give it to you. The proxy is a little bit weirder. You have to bear with me. The client, you start up your proxy. It can be locally on another Linux computer or something. You connect to the proxy, and the proxy connects to the server, like, where's the master browser? The server will respond to the proxy, saying like, is this non-public master browser IP address. But the proxy changes it to saying like, well, the master browser is the proxy. So your client connects to the proxy next time and says like, oh, I want to run this published application. Who sends it to the server, and the server sends back, welcome to this non-public master browser address. And the proxy will change it again, like, okay. We'll change it again, saying like, you're welcome to this public IP address. And then it starts the normal TCP connection. You understand that to do this, we need UDP 1604 to the Citrix server, and of course 1494, otherwise we can't connect. Okay? So we'll make a demonstration now. I will do a nmap scan and showing the tools. Here it is. Don't sleep. So here's my Linux computer, and I set an IP address for it.
Did you make the fonts bigger?
No, I tried. I tried for like 1 hour, and when it didn't work, I'm really sorry. I really tried. Oh, it sucks. What? What do you say?
Use an external SSH power to connect to it.
No. It's a VMware. It's a VMware. I tried to find the font there, but it's like not working. Okay, but I can tell you a little bit. I'm making a port scan. It says like port scan for 1494, and it's just written like 3 IP addresses I wanted to check. And well, 192.168.100 has an open port. So, okay, we'll try to connect to it with our Citrix client. So I start up my Citrix client, and I said like, oh, it's way far away, and I call it demo. It doesn't matter. It's published applications, and here on the server location, I enter the IP address of the server that is open. Add, It's 192, 168.0.100 for this one. So, and now it's just, it doesn't work. No, it shouldn't work. Okay. So I can't right now enumerate the published applications because I have two interfaces, and the one interface that I'm not connected to is a master browser. So I can't really get the published applications right now. A lot of people, I think, like having their Citrix servers and like trying to publish applications and like, well, I can't get it with the client, so people can't see my published applications. Well, surprise for you. Now running Citrix PSCAD. It's a small Perl script that just asks the server right away, like, what's your published applications? And there it is. It says the output is like the IP address you connected to, and then it's the master browser IP address, and a boolean if we are need a proxy or not. And then there comes all the published applications. And there can be hundreds of them, you know. So we now start up our proxy instead. So we use our proxy to connect to the Citrix server. So I now have started up the proxy, okay? It says like the Citrix server, we are proxy for 192.168.0.100. That one couldn't connect to. And I will listen on this address, because this is a remote computer that is a proxy. So I will listen on this IP address and proxy it to the 100 address. Okay? So I have to change server location, of course, to the proxy. And okay, and I try now to enumerate the published applications from the proxy, more or less, and the proxy tries it. But the proxy like saying like, oh, wait a sec, because the first packages you don't know really what it is. So the proxy says like, oh, stop. I recognize this is an enumeration of PIA, published applications. So please try again. Okay? We'll do that. So we try again. Oh, there it is. So, thank you. So we can connect to like Notepad or something and hope it's not passworded. Anonymous, and it's more like, oh, I want it in a remote desktop window, it's more fun. We will see it. And that's like default, finished. And I double click here and make a prayer. Yeah. It's awesome. It's every time it works for me, oh baby. So when we're now connected to the non-public master browser published application, and there are like three ways of breaking out of the environment. The easiest way is like file, open, explore. I will do that. And no, it's serious. I have done so many tests on penetration tests and so on, and if no one of these three works, you know, it's like taking hours. But you have to learn these three, and that's like F1. Remember F1? If you have like a SAP R3 like login window or something, press F1 and start breaking out from there. And the third is like the task manager. People, believe me, I like checked out like thousands of published applications, and these three works, I will show you the statistics later. So it's more or less like a file, open, and then you just take one, right click, explore, and then magic starts happening. Like, oh, where's the desktop or the desktop? Where, anything? It was hidden, yes. It is, I recognize this. Well, we'll see.
Oh, let's see.
What? You want me to hack it? No, it's a 100 machine. Okay, cool. Well, this one way to do it is, think twice or something. So, this was with the proxy, but it takes very, very long time if you have like hundreds of published applications to test. So I've written another script called something. It's pas.perl, and it's just a small Perl script that makes an ICA file. It takes a template ICA file, changes stuff in it, and then launches it. Really easy. And I can show the template file. You will not see in this font, I guess. Something like this, bold or something. So it's nothing really. It's not like this PIP changed to the published application name, and IP is like changing to the public IP address. And if you need encryption, you just add this one line here. It's in the README files. It's not that hard. And then you have the output. The output from the scanner program that enumerates the published applications. You have to rename it to pass.v, and this is the output from the scanner program. I can just, if you want me, it's not that. Oh, this sucks. Something like this, I guess. So it says like, my output here, but here it starts like the IP address and everything. And this script will parse it, like taking data from it and step through it. I can show you. So yes, running pass.pl, and it just looks up the IP address and the first application, creates an ICA file, launches the ICA file, connects to it. Okay, it's for this application called the policy editor for administrators. You need the password. I don't give you fuck. So I just say, and the output here, I just say like, okay, login required. Take the next one. It's like fax queue program, and you need a password. So I say like, login required, and it's like fax cover page editor. Oh, okay, this works. Oh, what a surprise. So usually you can just press F1 to fax cover page editor and try to connect or try to explore something from there. Usually it tries to start up the web page, web help, and under the favorites there. The Open Explorer is much faster, but I can show you the task manager. In Citrix you press Ctrl F3 to get the task manager, and it's just like run Explorer. Oh, And it says now, okay, this is cool stuff. The Citrix client asks like, the Citrix server wants access to your computer, your files, your local files on your client. Of course, I want full access. I will show you why. Because now I can just open my computer and have all my local exploits, just drag them over to the computer. Yeah, it's very beautiful. Oh, I have to press Ctrl C here. Back to the presentation somewhere. Here. Oh, so how does it look out there? I can't really tell you how many servers I tried, but there are a lot. And I will give you some statistics about it. It's not that wow thing, but it's some nice facts. You have to remember these statistics. It's not statistically right, of course. It's more like a guideline or something. And it's because I'm using so short timeout values on the scans, and I met some very, very large server farms, have hundreds of applications, and on several IP addresses. So it's the same applications on 10 IP addresses, and that makes it takes over the statistics. So it's you have to be, yeah. It's just more like guidelines or what to expect to find. 42% of the servers that had 42% of the Citrix servers, you didn't need a proxy, okay? The master browser was the public IP address tested. And 44% of these servers that you just can connect to and enumerate all the published applications had no published applications. 58% of the Citrix server you needed proxy, and but there were less percentage that hadn't any published application. Here's the fun stuff. The Citrix servers that you didn't need a proxy for and had published applications, so it removes many. The average were 12 published applications per server. 5% of all the published applications was anonymous and vulnerable. You understand me? So 5% of all the published applications on these conditions, I could just connect to, get the desktop and everything, and do what stuff I wanted to do with it. I have to tell you, I didn't do anything. I really just tried to connect to it. I did connect to it. It let me in. I checked if I can break out from the environment, and then if it could, I just logged off. If you needed a login, I never tried to log in, and I never tried to hide data or something, or write to the hard disk and everything. But no, whatever. 5% of the published applications are anonymous and vulnerable, and that's about 20% of the servers I tested. 20% of the servers was mine, or more or less. And if you just there check, it's almost every time it's on an internal network. Less than 1% of the published application you had anonymous access to, but somehow I couldn't break out from their environment. It's good. It's 2% of the servers. It's very nice. 92% of the published application required login, and 3% of the published application get an expected error, like licensing problems, you have not enough licensing or so on. for the servers that you need a proxy for, it's only 2% of the published applications, about 10% of the servers that are anonymous and vulnerable. 1% of the published applications have even less, like 1% of the servers had an anonymous application that I couldn't break out from. It could be like a DOS script or something. I tried to break with Ctrl-C or something, and you just quit me out or something. And 96% of the published application required login, and 2% of the published application gave expected errors. Here's don't need proxy, need proxy. Yeah, so it's less. So the servers that are behind a firewall or something that don't have a public master browser seems to be less vulnerable. Yeah, people that don't have firewalls don't give care or something. So what can you do? Yeah, of course you need a firewall. You need, if you really want to have published applications, something, try to invest in like VPN solution or something. So you need to authenticate real good. And the breaking out stuff is also really hard. It's very, 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 very hard, because like Windows, everything is like merged with this other. Like the Explorer is like everywhere. Like open something, closing something, everything is an Explorer or a web page or something. You open a document, writing a URL, and you can click on it, and there's a Internet Explorer and everything. So I learned like strong ACLs and regedit 32 like makes it, and of course Citrix white papers. You need white papers to connect yeah, there are like checklists on white papers to how to protect you. If you don't into reading, you can like buying stuff, and there's two commercial stuff called AppSense and one other called Secure Exe from Secure Wave. I think the Secure Exe way doing it is really cool. They have also the website for Secure Exe. They have a demonstration site running and an anonymous FTP account where you can upload your exploits to test their system. I think it's cool. So, is this the end? Oh no, oh, just scratching. It's so much more to do. Like if I sound like I want to connect to this very long published application name or something, what happens with the Citrix server? And there are lots of more stuff, protocol things that I really want to go into and not have the time right now. There are probably some vulnerabilities about the terminal server, but I will check it, maybe next year. So, I hope you have enjoyed it, and my tools are available. If you need me, I have my business card lying here, and if you have questions, you can call me also. Yeah, I live in Sweden, so know the Central European time there, so don't wake me in the middle of the night. Thank you very much.